What's up, fellow mobile gaming fanatics? MyTyme here. This is Top Drives, and we're in the pack store. Just showing you there isn't really too much on offer at the moment. It's kind of one of those downtimes in the game, but still something interesting to look at in this video. But before we get there, I would like to say I did try it in the Pro Car Finals a little bit. Now, my rewards, I've already collected them. I didn't finish in Tier 1 nor Tier 2, therefore I did not get the Pro Car itself. I didn't finish in Tier 3. I did only have 30 victories, or wins if you want to call it, in the end. So it shows you I didn't really play it much, but I kind of knew early on that my team wasn't good enough to finish in the top tiers. I was missing too many cars, but I'm pretty happy to have got the carbon fiber because, yes, the carbon fiber, I've actually ended up with these three beauties here. So I got the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 from the actual car as the guaranteed prize reward. I then got the Opel Concept as well as the DS Servolt from the carbon fiber pack. So pretty happy with this haul overall. I mean, the Lancer I'm pretty much going to keep and build because I do like Evos, so I had one myself, so it's got a soft spot in my heart. Opel GTC Concept it's interesting. It's interesting with a four-wheel drive. I mean, I haven't really seen the car too much, but medium ground clearance might keep. And the DS Servolt, I have fused it in the past, but now that I've got a few more French cars and a few more top end French cars, I'm tempted to potentially keep this as well and work on it at some point in the future because it does have extremely good handling. And for its RQ anyway, it's not as bad a car as I once thought it was. So pretty happy now. Let's add those to the collection. Worry about everything else later. So the part of this video, while we have a new challenge with nothing particularly exciting up for grabs, just a normal ceramic, and we don't have any special events at the moment, it's a good time for people just to play the game, grind out and try and progress. Now, if you are fairly new to the game, I would definitely suggest doing something that I never done. It actually wasn't even available when I first started playing, but that is playing club events. The ability to be able to play events in here and get yourself cash, and then use that cash not only to upgrade the cars you've got, but to invest in ceramic packs and potentially pull some other great cars for your garage, is huge. Now, just trying to grind out the events and everything is going to catch up with you in the future. I mean, it's not too hard. Even if you don't have great cars for these RQs, you can just pick something which maybe falls into your category. For example, here, road less taken, you know, you're going to need a little bit of dirt or something like off-road tires. You've got 165 RQ, plenty of uncommons. Commons can be used in these events, and your rares. Go into them, get your cash, come out and invest that in building your garage. That is what this kind of downtime is for. What it is not for, okay? What it is not for is falling in for this trap. And I'm going to try and explain this to you as best I can while also looking at the potential cars. If we come back to the garage now, sorry, to the store now, you can see the cars that they have on offer are a Japanese carbon fiber and a BMW carbon fiber. We've got a mountain climb here with the Japanese flag in the background, assuming that that's what the Japanese pack is for, and the carbon fiber with the Deutschland here only being BMW, but assuming that obviously it's for this event. Now, when we click on the mountain climb, we see we have our kind of usual event here, ceramic packs and everything. Nice. Okay, let's just play, see how we do, see what happens. Cool. When we come to the Deutschland tour here, standard specialists, we're already greeted at the side with this rank 1 to 2 carbon fiber. Okay, now we see a bit after that, still ceramic 3 to 10, still aluminium. If we also come back to the Japanese one here, and I'll show you again, ceramic, aluminium, okay, less cash and stuff, but for packs and prizes and that, I'm just giving you an idea of the ratings, you know, so you can kind of see where you're at. This is a trap. This event is a trap, okay, and I'm going to explain why now. It looks great here, it looks great with a carbon fiber, but realistically there's 100 people. Let's compare this event and let's compare you working on cars for this event in comparison to you working on cars for the Tri Series that's gone, for example. Now, the Tri Series had 500 people, okay, this has 100 people. If you've got to be rank 1 to 2, essentially you've got to say you're in the top 2% of the game in general to give yourself a chance to finish in ranks 1 to 2 and get this prize. Okay, 100 players, you have to finish in the top 2, which means you've got to be the top 2% in your bracket, or on a general scale, if you're just doing a complete random, top 2% ish in the game, or at least around there, to have a chance of getting this pack. And if you're not, or your garage is not, so for example your German car standard tires isn't in that criteria, then you can forget this rank. Okay, it's a false advertisement. You have no chance of getting it. On top of that, because of the increased kind of competition that it also creates, this rank 3 to 10 becomes harder. So to finish here, you've got to be the top 10%, which for a majority of people you're not going to be. You know, someone might say to you, if someone said there's 90% chance you're not going to catch coronavirus, then you're going to take that as pretty good odds, aren't you? You can say, oh, there's pretty good chance I'm not going to. It's like there's 90% chance you're not going to finish in the top 10. That's just like with no garage, nothing like that, just taking the statistics. That's what it's saying. So even this becomes hard because it becomes a more competitive bracket. Let's just say you are situated somewhere to come about 25th. Okay, so this would be your kind of rank. 25th out of 100 is where you're going to come. Now if we can transfer that into the Tri Series, 25th out of 100 here is the equivalent of 125th out of 500 people. Now, if you had a look at the prizes, and I will come and show you here in the finals, you will see that 125th, for example, got you in, let me see if I can zoom in, okay, would have got you the Alfa Romeo. Okay, so that same kind of comparison in this event, not only are you getting a ceramic, where in the current German standard tires when you'd be getting an aluminium, you're also getting the ultra rare Alfa Romeo guaranteed. Now work with me here. To get from 125th up into the top 80 is possibly doable for you. That is possibly doable. Putting a little bit of work into one of your cars, or completely leveling up another car, may get you from there to push into the top 80, in which case you would then get the Honda Legend, and you would also get a carbon fiber. Whereas in this standard event, you've got to go from 25th up to 10th, which in comparison, in terms of actual jump, if you're going to work it out, this is going to be a jump, say, of 15 places here, which is going to be what, 15, what do we say, times 5, 75 places you've got to increase to get into this kind of tier, where in the Tri Series you'd have to go from 125 up to 80ish, which is going to be about 45 places. So you see what I mean? There's more potential for you to get better rewards in those Tri Series and work on cars that will help you for that Tri Series, even if it doesn't help you get the prize car to get the undercards, in comparison to traps like this where it looks like there's carbon fibers up for grabs, because these carbon fibers are not up for grabs for you. Okay, you need to understand, even if you have an extremely good garage, they're still a lot of the time not going to be within your reach because of the criteria that they need as well. So in this example, we have German cars times 5 and standard tires times 5. Now I should have a good chance in these events because I have now a diverse garage. I've at least got a lot of cars, okay? Yet still, I struggle. And we can look here, I do not have a maxed out Mercedes-Benz yet, although I should do because I use it a lot. And the rest of my cars, even if they're maxed, they are not great. Now, yes, the BMW 750D X-Drive is a car that I will probably max out at some stage, and I think it is half decent. It does have medium ground clearance and it's got the 4-wheel drive capability, which gives it that extra kind of niche in comparison to, say, something like the 330 Touring, which again is another good car, but it is with rear-wheel drive. So definitely a decent car, definitely a useful car. But a lot of the other cars don't really see too much play, or not as much certainly as they used to in other events. So why do I want to go out and start working on all these cars? Or if I didn't already have a maxed out, for example, 520 X-Drive, why would I max it out for this event? I probably wouldn't. Am I going to max out the CLS to help me in this event? No, not for this event, not for a reward I can't get. And to make it even worse, okay, just to make it even worse, if we look at the kind of cars that you would need to use in this event, So by that I mean standard tyre cars coming from Germany. Okay, you look, see 146, think, okay, it's plenty here. Look at the kind of cars that you can use. Now the 640i here is the only legendary, and yes, it probably is the one that you would keep because of the medium ground clearance and the 4-wheel drive with standard tyres. Cool. A car, if you were to pull it from the BMW pack, you would keep. Again, with the 750X drive you would do, and I would also say the 740D is worth keeping. Now, once we come down to the other cars, they're all situated, they're basically preference. The 750i, for example, is not a game changer in your hand, I promise you. Even if people think, yes, it is a good car, it has a place to be, I'm not saying it's not a good car, I'm just saying it's not a game changer. We come down, the Volkswagen, yes, great handling. The CC, great handling. I've had them, I've used them, because I don't see enough events where these cars become key, become really integral. I don't want to use my 15 ultra rares in them. Not that they're bad to upgrade. You come down again to the 4MATIC, falls in the same kind of area. Then we drop down to the Maybach. You're never going to get a Maybach only event. This car, yes, okay, useful for drags, people have said. Is it something now in today's current meta that you're going to put all your resources into, especially if you're tight on resources? I don't think so. I don't think there's enough cars here that scream out, level me up. You know, not that they're all bad cars, I'm not saying that. You know, the 250D here is a half decent ultra rare for city streets, but it's nothing amazing. You know, same thing with the roof, it has the medium ground clearance. Yeah, great, pull this in, max this out. A lot of people will do this over the Mercedes just because of the statistic looking wise. Cheaper RQ, save a couple of RQ if you're in an event. The Maybach again, the Lawnlet, great drag car. Maybe you'd max this out because it's using super rares instead, but I hope you kind of see where I'm going at. The kind of cars that they're asking you here to work on and to max out in order to try and win a carbon fiber pack, it just doesn't add up. It's almost like, it's like a honey trap. It's like to think, oh yeah, I've got a chance of getting this, and afterwards you're just going to be upset that you've used those resources if you can't guarantee yourself that carbon fiber pack. And even if upgrading, maxing a car out does guarantee you a carbon fiber pack, if you've got to use 15 ultra rares to max out one of those cars, say for example you've got a stock BMW 750D, you've got to use 15 ultra rares to max this out, and then you can guarantee yourself that carbon fiber pack. Well, you might only get one ultra rare back from it. You might only get one epic back from it. It might be an epic you would rather have leveled up than the BMW itself. You could obviously use the cash to get another ceramic on top as well, but you could probably still finish in the ranks 3 to 10 and still get that ceramic pack without doing that 750 if you're that close, if you see what I mean. So don't fall in for that trap, especially if you're new. Grind out the event, yes, enter it. If you've got a car in there which you were working on anyway, working it, but look for events that are more relevant to now than looking at events which focus on cars which were relevant 6-9 months, a year ago plus. Okay, and if you're then unsure what to do in between because you've used your tickets up, you've got no daily challenges, play the club events, grind these out, work on cars that will help you in these, enter events if you're new with the lower RQ, because at least you can enter them, at least you'll have the cars to get in there and play, and just grind out that little cash, come out of it, level up the car you're working on, the excess cash, come to the ceramic, buy a ceramic, hope for something good, and just rinse and repeat. This is the perfect time to do that when you don't have any other real events going on. You can just pick the game up for 15 minutes here and there, play your clubs, jump in and out, and with your cash come in, and there you go, another Opel GTC concept. Pick up cars for fun like this. It's easy when you know how, isn't it? Anyway, I've been MyTyme. Thank you very much. Good luck in those events. If you can get that carbon fiber pack, then you know, hats off to you. Well done. Some of you will already have some of those cars leveled up from a long time ago, but I'm just saying, if you're new, don't follow Pooh Bear and the honey into the trap. Keep your resources, work on something a little bit more relevant. With that, I'm going to say enjoy your day. I've been MyTyme, and I'll see you all soon.